Hello, hello. Here we are again. Let's get some music. This would be 28, I think. So, I almost did the display capture again by accident. But not this time. I didn't do that again. So 28. Sonic Extreme Music, Crystal Valley. That down a little lower so I can hear myself or others can hear me. Looks like the thread is pretty excited, talking about Call of Duty and Slashy. Someone's already said F you to me, so we're off to a good start. I got a strike on the channel for leaking an onion link, I think. I don't know, I guess like if you get 3 of those, the channel's gone. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But yeah, I got a strike and it on the channel, and I guess it was because I put an onion link in the links mentioned, and I guess YouTube automatically thought that was not okay. So that's the campaign for Infinite Warfare was actually pretty good. I was pleasantly surprised by it. Just I guess not a lot of people are a fan of Call of Duty. Call of Duty Modern Gay Fuck Stupid. That's a good one. That one's going to the links mentioned. Yes, I was gonna put the as mentioned. I remember Jon Snow was actually in Jon Snow was in Infinite Warfare, and it was like so. I think the campaign was good, but the story was kind of stupid because you have these basically you have this. It's like there's this thing called the Settlement Defense Front, right? And they're against the United Nations. And the idea of the SDF, which is the acronym, is that they're kind of like defending their Mars independence, right? But like, and then despite this like kind of noble cause, they're like space Nazis. And Jon Snow, like, you don't even remember his like actual in-game name, but Jon Snow is kind of like always looking like he's crying or something, which he kind of is as an actor. But he's not very threatening. He kind of just looks like he needs a hug. So that's what's going on with me. Oh, someone's here?
Hi.
Hi. Wow. Is it AAR?
Yes, it is.
Oh, nice to see you. I thought you were gonna come in tomorrow.
Since I'm still awake and my husband's gonna be home tomorrow, and so it doesn't make a big
hi,
difference.
AAR.
So I decided why not.
Yeah, good.
I need to
Spriggs.
eat again anyway, so I can always just chat while I'm eating the dinner.
Good. Movie Spriggs here as well. That's good. I'm sorry that your movie got canceled, Movie Sprig. It's a shame.
Yeah,
Thank you.
but at least I have OBS now in case I need that.
Definitely. I think he was trying to watch.
Record some musical, kind of a non-musical movie, but then Princess Estate stepped in. Crazy story.
Oh, really? I guess it's his estate is handling everything now that he's passed in like 2016, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. So what do you say you were doing right now, AAR?
Shit posting. Well, I don't know. I'm on sthg, like on 4chan right now.
That's good.
Responding to people who are pretty obviously shit posters, but sometimes I respond to shit posters as a token of goodwill. Because sometimes people will respond on something I post and be like, oh my god, this is shit. And I'll respond to them even though I can tell they're probably just trying to get me angry. And I'll respond to them, hey, well, what's wrong with it? Care to explain? Just to show that I'm, because not responding to the nets and accusation of, oh, well, AAR is just an egotist who never listens to criticism. Usually when I do ask these people what the problem is, they either A, don't respond at all, B, respond with, I shouldn't have to tell you what's wrong, it should just be obvious. You should be able to read my mind. Or C, they give some kind of argument that's really bizarre and makes no sense, or is blatantly hypocritical with other things that they've said.
Yeah. Are you
Those are the ways you can tell that it's not sincere criticism, is when they either A, just don't reply back, B, try to essentially not give you an answer at all and insist that you should just be a mind reader, or be able to recognize that they happen to be the same Anon who made some obscure post 2 years ago. Or C, they give a criticism, but the criticism they give doesn't really make much sense. And then when you point out that it doesn't make much sense, they shift goalposts or make another complaint that seems contradictory or whatever have you.
What are you guys doing?
Oh.
Don't get me wrong, I think some shit posters who post stuff on my art with like, oh, this is shit, I think there are some of them who genuinely don't like my art and just don't have... There are some, I think, who genuinely don't like my art and just aren't very good at arguing or can't articulate why they don't like it. But there are also some who I think just have some weird personal vendetta with me for whatever fucking reason.
Yeah, I think, like you said, I think a good number of them are just trying to elicit a reaction.
Yeah, just attempting to rile me up.
Like my good friend, the Octopus Man.
Well, Mimic is the most obvious one. I don't even bother asking Mimic questions or anything about...
Oh yeah, Mimic Mag. I guess he would be losing his shit if you were here right now.
I'll just like respond to Mimic and be like, hey, so how's school going? How's your mom?
Yeah.
Mimic isn't even like... He's not even really that annoying. He's just kind of funny.
Yeah, you know. It's kind of... There's a lot of
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt.
I keep forgetting. Yeah, he's just a new fag shit poster. He really isn't much of a threat, just a nuisance.
A nuisance, yeah.
It's kind of I don't know if it's worrying, but there's some interesting comments about him in the daytime hours in general. I guess some, I don't know if they're women or not, but some people like him in other ways.
Sorry, I didn't hear. I got.
He's kind of gathered like a little fan base.
Oh, Mimic Fag. I kind of would love to see the character in the actual comic become sort of like this, like, fucking troll type character, just because it'd be more interesting than the kind of lack of a personality he has right now.
Yeah.
So, like, Mimic in IDW has a personality, really, to speak of at the moment, so I think making him, like, and I think making him a troll character would work, too. Like,
Maybe we'll see what see what happens with him, you know, in the Bad Guys miniseries.
Maybe. But yeah, make him into, like, a sort of trickster character who just likes pissing people off because he thinks it's funny.
Yeah, I mean, he's not perfect in that regard, because right now he's arguing about Call of Duty right now.
Well, yeah, Mimic that person isn't really good at that, but that's what he tries to do, is piss people off to be funny. Because he thinks it's funny to make people angry, and I think the funniest thing he does is when people are laughing at him and his response is, oh, you're so pissed. I'm like, I'm not sure what you mean to accomplish with this response.
It makes a few funny things, though. I like his picture. Best crab legs in the West.
Skill, it'll be Colton, Kyle, and
Yeah, who's that in the background?
Clint and Henry.
Sounds like someone getting a tattoo or something, I don't know.
So, Clint and Julie going coalition.
The current person who's kind of obviously a shit poster, but who's doing the whole, I'm not a shit poster, I'm trying to give legit criticism, is arguing that my villain character, Scraps, doesn't look like a Sonic character. And I'm trying to ask them to elaborate, and their elaboration is, no, your OC literally doesn't look like a Sonic character. Is this how you respond to criticism? Like, no, I'm asking you to explain.
Everybody choosing. It's choosing the rule. Everybody chooses to pick the same gun. There's 3 rules to pick.
You're either bad at arguing or you're shit posting. These are kind of the 2 options at that point.
And the other team gets to all pick their own gun.
Don't know who all here has seen that character design. The voodoo mouth guy.
Scraps?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Right now, everybody uses the same gun. And if you choose a primary gun, the secondary
Wait, did you do the big spacing?
secondary gun, the primary
Yeah, he's a sort of a, like, he's kind of this yellowish moth dude who's got, like, long greasy hair, and he wears, like, a tattered red suit type thing.
So it's not the Knuckles.
No.
Not the Knuckles
It's
and leather.
towards the... Let's see.
So, first loadout.
I can link it in the... I can just link a pic... I can put a picture of him in the...
Sure.
Yo, what up?
in the Discord, in the
Hello,
podcast.
hello, How are
So
you?
that'd be easier.
Bye.
Very good.
I'll put a picture of him in the podcast Discord, and you can take a look at him. I have no idea what about this character doesn't look like a Sonic character, but
This the secret Discord.
Okay. There we go. There, I put him in the Discord. You can see him. I don't know what about this design doesn't look like a Sonic character.
It's a bit over designed, in my opinion.
I can see that argument a bit. So that's
Yeah,
not really
kind of
good
funny
for
saying that, you know.
It looks like a
there's
Sonic
certain
OC.
kind of
if that
people,
makes sense.
certain kind of people who obsess over a character who don't even look like a Sonic character for the longest time. You know, that girl.
Yeah.
I like the design, but I
Mind with Scraps, looking at this design, is that Scraps is a villain for a one-off story. Like, he's a one and done antagonist. He's here for this one specific story. He has a specific plot line, and then when the story is done, he's not even really on bad terms with Sonic in the end.
He's a real character.
Oh, it's a character I created, and if
Oh,
I
okay.
was doing... People were asking what I would do if I worked on IDW, and I was saying I'd probably write stories like this one. Basically, the plot of the story this villain is used in is that Sonic, Amy, Tails, and Knuckles go to this, festival. Amy gets kidnapped by the villain, who plans to use her to bring back his dead wife. So he's gonna, use her body as a vessel, essentially.
Yeah, I think it works in that context.
So, yes, I would say that this is over-designed if he was, a character who's going to be a regular recurring character or in the main cast. But I think for a villain character, it's fine. You can usually get away with villains being a bit more complex.
Yeah, I agree.
Yo, what's up?
Mimic?
Yo, what's up, bro?
Mimic has a more detailed design. The platypus is escaping me.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
He has a more, detailed design, too.
Yo, Mimic, I thought you were banned.
Huh?
I thought you were banned.
It's called using proxies and your phone. So
Nice
I'm not
to meet you.
fucking sticking around for a 4chan ban. No way, bro. Yo, so there's this one cat named AAR that's posting. All right.
Yeah.
For some reason, she keeps shilling her fucking Patreon. I don't know why that is. Can somebody tell me why she's doing that?
Hi, I
Yeah, on
can
the
tell
thread.
you, I wasn't chilling. I just drew a Sonic picture because
It's
one.
quite obviously shilling.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah.
I literally only mentioned that the person who asked for it was a patron.
Did
Shit,
you realize how thick
me
he
going
is,
in
right?
there and showing off my Patreon rewards and telling people what my prices are and asking people to spend
Yeah,
money.
but that's shilling though.
That's not shilling. If I said
Yeah, it is.
a friend of mine who asked for it, you wouldn't give a shit.
Why are you so angry? I'm just
I'm not
you're
angry.
so
I don't
passive.
fucking
You're so
care.
passive.
It's annoying
You're
to
so you're so passive aggressive with me. It's unreal.
Mm,
Seriously, what did I do to you exactly? Can you please tell me what I've done wrong?
Yeah,
Because I literally did nothing. Huh?
yeah, that depends if I know who you are.
Yeah, I'm just a regular normal Anon, okay? What did I...
Because LC-Kun called me a shill because I was doing free...
Alright, so you're claiming that I'm Raymond now? Wow.
I don't know who is who. It's an anonymous board.
Okay, so what if I told you my first name is LC and my last name is Kun? How would you respond like that?
I don't have a response.
Why not?
Because you're being an idiot.
How so?
What kind of moron do you think I am? I'm not saying you are or are not LC-Kun. I just have an experience with shilling being something that I'm accused of in the most absurd situations, so I don't take it seriously.
Okay, but like, thing is, why are you being so rude to me? My name is not Mimic, and it's not LC-Kun, so why are you being so mean to me? Please explain.
Because you're obviously being a fucking shitposter.
How so? I never, like, I'm not a shitposter. I legit like to, I like contributing to the quality of every single thread, and...
He's straight edge.
Yeah, nice contrarianism.
What?
You can't even say that without laughing.
He's straight
I'm not
edge.
laughing. I just had something in my nose, man.
Yeah.
He's been practicing NoFap for a whole month. Come on, give him credit.
Give me credit.
I think you might be Mimic. Your voice sounds kind of familiar to a guy.
I'm not him. You must be schizophrenic. Or something.
Yeah, don't waste your breath on him. He's crazy.
No,
I'm not crazy. I'm just a regular poster.
Because your whole response was, well, why are you getting so angry? Which sounds exactly like Mimic.
I'm not him. Like, I don't know why you,
Are you absolutely sure you're not
Yes,
Mimic?
I'm absolutely
sure. You're not staying up past your bedtime?
It's only 1 in the morning here, so my bedtime is usually 5.
Well, I guess it is a Friday, so no school tomorrow.
Thing is, I don't have school.
So you say.
I work. So
you say.
Yeah, work. I finally gonna start working again next week.
Good. That's good. I'm glad that's happening.
At different places, but still working.
Yeah, but like, why do you call me that Mimic guy? I'm not.
Because you kind of gave it away with the whole.
But I'm not though.
When you're obviously asking an insincere question, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then I get and then I end up being snarky with you. Your response is, "Why are you getting so mad?" Which is exactly what Mimic does all of the time.
But like, the thing is, it's a valid question though. Like, I'm not him. It's just you're being so angry at you're getting so angry at me for no reason whatsoever. Like, I've literally done nothing to you.
Angry sounds like, which means you're probably.
I mean, but you sounded pretty, like passive aggressive when you. So I'd assume you're angry.
Snarky is not angry.
No, that was passive aggressive. That wasn't snarky. That was passive aggressive.
Oh my god.
Can we actually talk about Sonic?
He says as he laughs because he doesn't want to talk about Sonic. He wants to fucking.
Yeah, I do. I want to talk about Sonic.
Dude, you can't even fucking keep up the facade without laughing.
I'm not laughing, okay? It's just like I got a sickness, and the thing is, it's been difficult, like to breathe.
Yes, it's a sickness. It's a mysterious illness that makes people laugh.
Yeah, I got corona recently, so like I've been losing breath whenever I talk.
He's exaggerating a lot.
Yeah.
He's using an inhaler.
Difficult. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, what's up?
I don't think there was shilling, but one can interpret it that way. Because,
it was not intended to be shilling. I just offhandedly mentioned that that's why I drew it.
Yeah, but to someone they might interpret it as, hey,
let
me subtly plug this.
I can kind of see where that interpretation comes from, but when your response is, no, I wasn't intending to shill, I just mentioned it because that's the reason I made it.
Well, I mean, you specifically...
No, you're a shill. This is objectively shilling.
Well, you specifically said you got this from your Patreon, implying that you want people to go over to your Patreon and see what,
No, I wasn't implying anything. I said...
But why did you say this, share this...
I drew it?
No, the thing is, why did you say, share this with my Patreon request? Just say that you got a request from somebody to draw this. Like, why do you need to include Patreon in there?
Because I wasn't thinking about it, and because that's
you weren't thinking about. Well, you should know by now that that'd be considered chilling. You specifically included Patreon in there for I don't know what kind of reason, but
Anyway,
Okay, so what are we gonna talk about now?
Sonic the
Yeah, I
Hedgehog.
kind of had
Yeah,
like
he's a pretty cool guy. It's
alright,
pretty cool. Wait, is she
couple
gone?
Using a
ideas,
voice
so
changer or something. She left.
Oh man, jeez. We're only like Jesus Christ, dude. We're only 26 minutes into this, dude.
Fuck, man. I wanted to keep going with her. Shit.
You're an asshole, dude.
I'm not an asshole. Fuck,
That was
man.
You're literally. Oh,
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
My husband hung up
Okay.
because he thinks that you're wasting my time.
We're debating over whether Mimic is an asshole or not. Would you like to
Yeah.
give your take?
wait, your husband?
I think
Everyone here
Mimic
agrees with him
is-
except for.
Honestly,
Yeah.
there
Yeah,
are
that dude's a fucking cunt.
Yeah.
there are shit posters I think are a lot worse than Mimic. He's
How
generally
so?
not overly personal with people in a weird way.
How do you mean?
I don't know. I can't hate him too much because most of his comments are just so childish and
Yeah,
blatantly
crash posters are
How,
worse.
how so? I mean, like,
Crash
there was
posters? Yeah.
there was this like, you know, screenshots. You know that he's been posting screenshots of like messages you sent to him. And thing is, like, you sound really angry in them. Like, why do you do that? Why do you give the trolls like so much attention? Like, I even have it saved on my
laugh
computer.
at Mimic Fag because he's funny and I like fucking.
Yeah,
with
but
him.
like, if you look at the screenshots though,
You are
you
very
could clearly.
obviously Mimic Fag.
I'm not him. Like, I don't know why you think
Mimic
that.
Fag. Okay,
I'm not him.
everyone
though.
else in the chat, tell me, what do you think?
He sounds
Yeah,
a bit different.
he crazy.
But I'm
What do you
not
think?
fucking
if
him.
He is,
Like,
if he is Mimic, or is he an asshole? What was the question?
No, my question is, do you think that this dude here is Mimic?
Yeah.
I mean, his name is not Mimic, so like.
there's no real
I'm
way
not
of knowing.
His fucking name
Yeah.
is Mimic, but do you think it's the same guy?
He sounds a bit different, not gonna lie.
Yeah, he
Doesn't
Exactly.
seem that different to
did he
me.
fix his mic last time?
He fixed his mic, but he still sounded like really different.
yeah.
I mean, his profile picture is Adolf, or is like a guy being dressing up like Adolf Hitler, and that's not
Yeah,
doesn't look like Mimic.
it's something
so.
I found on Iron 9K, okay? So,
Hmm.
I
Okay,
don't know,
well,
I
answer
don't
me
know.
this. Do you think this dude is a troll who's literally just trying to be a troll?
yeah, that dude's a fucking asshole. I want him to die.
No, I mean you. You are
Me?
a troll.
No, I'm not. Why would I troll?
You are very obviously a troll.
I'm not.
Dude, I'm not an idiot.
But I'm literally not a troll, though, so.
No, you're just weirdly obsessed with trolls and weirdly obsessed with people being angry. And, like, won't shut up about why are you so mad, which is, like, the #1 troll mantra.
But, like, thing is, you were unleashing, you were, you know, like, unnecessarily being, you know, like, aggressive with me at the beginning because you suspected me of being somebody that I'm not.
No, I wasn't being aggressive.
So I was,
It's
yeah, no, well, you sounded angry to me, so.
Yes, because somebody doesn't know how to read someone's tone of voice. Good to know you're really autistic.
But I'm not, like, I haven't been diagnosed, so.
Yeah, lots of people go undiagnosed for years. My dad got his diagnosis in his 30s. That doesn't
Well, thing
mean-
is, like, I only have one little thing, but it's nothing related to autism, so.
Well, either way, you clearly don't read social
It's a personality
cues.
disorder, so.
In any case, if anyone wants to actually talk about Sonic and not fucking give more attention
Did
to
you,
trolls, then we
did
talk
you
about
watch
Sonic.
Actually,
Why are you still fucking implying that I'm a troll? I'm not, dude.
Can I
talk
speak?
about trolls?
Any of y'all watch the Sonic Block? GDQ?
The Sonic one?
No, I don't watch Dilation Done Quickly, so.
What?
Yeah, there is
The Son-
only one transgender on the Sonic Block.
Well, the thing is, if you know the history behind GDQ, there's a lot of
I
fucking
do.
trannies, so.
Yeah, I've been watching it for like 6 years now.
Yeah, don't they ban anybody that fucking appears like in like MAGA gear or if you like say
Yeah.
anything?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe advertising the fact that you belong to a political group that often advocates for violence.
I mean, but they allow BLM,
but...
like they allow BLM and like Biden shit at their events. So
well, regardless of how you feel about BLM usually doesn't advocate violence against trans people, which I've seen Trump support.
Well, they advocate for violence against white people. You don't know that? Like, did you see the video of them like dragging some poor dude out of his car and then beating the shit out of him?
I've seen multiple videos on the issue, and I know that a lot of those videos take that shit out of context.
Yeah, taking somebody getting dragged out of a car and beaten like in the side of the head and getting kicked in the head is out of context.
That had been blocked off. That road had been blocked off for the protest. That guy was trying to hit people with his car.
No, he wasn't. If you watch the video, he's clearly trying to get away from the protesters. What are you talking about?
After he tried to hit them with his car.
I didn't see him try to hit anybody with his car. No.
If I show you the end clip of a movie where a bad guy is getting beat up by the heroes and tell you that bad guy was just an innocent little dude who was just happened to be there, and then these heroes started.
Yeah, but if you watch the video, he's clearly not trying to hit anybody with his car, though. That's the thing.
Because they cut that part out of the video.
No, I've seen the entire video. He didn't try and hit anybody with his car. He was clearly trying to get away. He was clearly trying to get away, and the protesters went in front of his car.
So you actively would have had to drive through barricades to get there.
No, if you watch the video, there are other cars in that fucking same segment as him. It clearly wasn't a blocked-off road.
Ugh.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
It's not related to Sonic the Hedgehog at all.
Yeah, but like...
Okay.
Can I speak?
Alright, I'ma go.
Go ahead.
This shit is stupid. It's not about Sonic at all. It's a dumbass
I try to
conversation. This shouldn't even be fucking happening here.
Let's talk about Sonic.
So I'm just gonna go because my husband is getting pissed off and annoyed with this conversation.
Alright, goodbye. Okay, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Guys, speak now.
Dude, holy shit, man! Oh my god. Yeah, she's retarded.
What is it, Movie Spurg?
Oh yeah, well, I'm sorry, you were trying to say something that whole time. It was like, what was it?
I've been having a couple of ideas of some experimental things we could do on this podcast.
You want to play poker?
Yeah, mates, I'm gonna go. That was funny as shit.
Oh, you're gone already?
Yeah, no, like, thing is, I have to go and sleep. Yo, podcast guy, I can hop on to COD tomorrow if you're on, so.
Okay. I saw your whole argument about Call of Duty, by the way.
Yeah, mate, oh my god, dude.
Liking it.
Dude, like, to me, that whole entire interaction is funny as shit, dude. Like, seriously.
The Call of Duty one or the AAR one?
The AAR one. She got mad, bro.
She
was mad.
She wasn't screaming mad, but...
I know, but I could tell that she was mad.
Yeah,
like,
she wasn't, like...
Annoyed, that would be a better word for it, I guess.
Yeah, annoyed, but the thing is, to me, that was funny as shit. Alright, I'm gonna go, though.
Okay, adios.
Hopefully,
see
hopefully Slashy, doesn't fucking dox me now.
Slashy doesn't even have your Discord.
Well, the thing is, I'm a schizophrenic, so...
Did you think AR has your Discord?
No.
So what are you worried about her?
No, like, I'll tell you a plan later fuck. I'll tell you a plan I'm gonna do later, so... About fucking with retards online.
Okay, whatever. As long as it doesn't relate to other
Oh, what'd you get banned for, by the way?
What'd I get banned for?
Someone was, like, on the thread saying that, they spam bump and stage pictures to get you banned.
Yeah, no, it's just, I was just like, you know, shills are human today, bro.
You know,
shills,
yep.
Ah, jeez. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna head out though now.
One more question.
Yeah, one more yeah, what's up?
Did you see the comments about you earlier in the day?
No, I did not.
About your attractiveness. Or
What?
some people were making interesting comments about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what? Can you give me like a rundown on it?
No, you were there, but it was like your little fan club, right?
Yeah, my little orbiters.
Whatever. I guess there's nothing too much in that, anyways.
Yeah, but like, one more thing. It's just like, that was funny as shit. Alright, also, why the fuck do you, never mind. But anyways,
What?
I'm gonna head out.
Okay.
Well, say it, dude. Like, why does AR let other people have jurisdiction over her? She can fucking do it if she, like, stay on here if she wants to. Doesn't have to listen to anybody. Fucking, that's some cuck shit, in my opinion.
She just like didn't want to deal with you.
I think that was an excuse. You know, that her like fucking husband or whatever the fuck loser that married her, like, why'd you call me an asshole, dude? Like,
because you
you said you were gonna go.
What?
It went on for 20 minutes. Like this, I have to make an hour.
Wait, an interaction? Like,
yeah, you ended the interaction so early.
Fuck, man.
You're supposed to ease into these kind of things and not like. Now
well, the thing is, I felt like I was though. Like I felt like
Anon is an expert troll.
Yeah, dude. Like you should teach me about some of your trolling tactics, bro.
Me?
Like, yeah.
I'm not even that.
You know all the tactics.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but the thing is, I felt like I was, in my opinion, I felt like I just couldn't stop laughing during the whole entire conversation, man. It was so fucking hard.
Okay, dude.
You know, mate.
You're not. You know how you boil frogs?
Yeah.
You gotta turn up the heat slowly, or else they'll jump out if you turn it up all the way real quick.
Yeah, I know. I get what you mean, mate. I know.
So
the thing is, it's just like I was just fucking laughing my ass off in my chair. Like I legit had to turn off my mic because that's how much I was fucking laughing.
Jeez, you really are a Spurg. Giggling to yourself.
Huh?
You were giggling to yourself the whole time.
You were.
No, because I could tell that she was fucking furious. So
she wasn't furious. She was just annoyed.
No, I know people who are furious.
But you just crossed the threshold of the point where it's like, I don't want to talk to this guy anymore. But,
yeah, no, it's like in a way I'd compare her anger to Wings of Redemption. You know, when he fucking.
When he throws tantrums, like breaks.
Yeah,
no,
I think Wings is a little more pathetic though.
No, but if you were to listen to like how he gets like angry, you know, like did you by chance listen to the?
Did you say you were gonna go about like 10 minutes ago?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, mate. Let me just finish. All right. You know how he like any of you guys listen to the entire thing where he was debating in like the Discord with his trolls? Like that's kind of that's the kind of like angry, you know, that was like happening, you know. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't set out to troll it. I feel like we could have gotten some actual interesting conversation.
Like, yeah.
Like I feel like I mean, like I say, like we like I don't mean like the whole hour should have been like you making fun of her, but like. He's like an actual artist, and we could have, had some interesting conversations. But like, now we're here.
But that was funny as shit to me. So,
well, you said you're heading out, all right?
Yeah, I'm heading out right now, bros. All right, catch y'all later.
Is he really gone now?
He left the thing.
Yeah.
Let's see if you're on.
You feel like, yeah, lack of news is really taking a toll on discussion.
Nigfag?
This is what, like, going so long without any game news does to people. Does to thread.
Yeah, I think that's really a problem.
What? I'm sorry. Can you say that? What's the problem?
Yeah, we can.
No game news.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame. I was actually really hoping to get some good conversation out of this, but.
She might come back.
She might. I can send her a message.
Yeah.
She seemed interested in talking about Sonic, so.
Hey, Nigfag is gone. Ooh.
I think she's fed up for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit.
Sounded like she was in a tattoo parlor or something, so I don't know what's happening.
I just really hope Mimic Fag gets his job back soon, so he doesn't have an excuse to shitpost all day.
I hope I get my job back.
Those 3-day bans, they're gonna add up.
I guess.
Eventually, he's gonna get banned more often than not. Probably.
I like probably shouldn't say this while he's not here, but I like that kind of name tag is kind of like the living embodiment of like a Wojak. Like Wojak posting, where it's just like the same. You just say the same thing back, but in green
Same
text.
energy, but like in human form.
Yeah. Maybe I don't mean like the literal thing, but like the person behind Wojak posting is, but the intent behind it. Yeah.
I mean, he just likes getting
He is what?
people angry. He just likes getting people angry.
Yeah.
So Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
You say y'all didn't watch it here, right? The Sonic Block was pretty fun. Freedom Planet is probably my favorite game my favorite run they did. Sonic 1 was like a bit of a train wreck, because like GDQ, they put the wrong runner's name. So their way of fixing it was to make the runner start over halfway through.
Oh.
There's also Sonic Heroes Team Chaotix, that was fun. Oh, podcast guy, did you see like those people that like think we're underage, you and I?
I'm underage?
Or a person, yeah. Because there's only like one person that said it.
Wait, hold on. Who's underage?
There's someone like a few days ago that was like, hey, do you guys think Mimic, Paya, and Podcast Anon are underage?
What was their evidence?
There was none.
Oh.
Just a hunch.
It would be funny if everyone turned out to be super mad at like a 15-year-old kid. But
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
No, it's just kind of funny. It's a funny thought.
Yeah. The teenager would have so much power.
Yeah. But there's no way that's true.
Yeah, I just found it really interesting.
Yeah, there's absolutely no truth to that.
The funny part was that they pointed out you specifically.
Yeah,
they're like, okay, but I'm sorry, Movisberg, but I'm gonna finish the sentence. They pointed out you specifically. They're like, Paya and Mimic Fag. Then they're like, especially Sonic Podcast Anon.
Why me? What did I do?
I don't know.
Did they say anything? I mean, they must have said something specific, right?
They said, I'm trying to remember. I don't remember what was said exactly, so I can't look up an archive. But
did they like?
It was like.
Did they reference me?
He reminds me of my younger brother. How he's always quiet, but he might be autistic. Those are the words I remember.
Well,
yeah,
I guess
I wouldn't think too hard about it.
The younger brother part is accurate, but I guess I don't really like saying autistic that much because I feel like it's kind of undermining it. But
yeah, I wouldn't think too hard about it.
Hope I don't get banned over something like that. Though.
Nah, you're fine.
Yeah.
Still, it's just kind of a funny thought, and everyone else is like, "Oh, who the fuck is Pie?"
How do you feel like being the new name tag?
I was mentioned the whole one time, so still Anon, so that's good.
That's good. All right. I guess you don't have really a post install either that can be recognized. So
yeah, I post pictures like I guess. Actually, nah. I'm not gonna say what I post. AR says that she may come back.
Yeah, I'm reading the thing.
Yeah,
I
see,
you
I'm sorry,
alright?
Moviesburg? Your mic cut
yeah,
out.
he said, yeah, her husband wants me running down for a night, and he knows how to recognize me, so I can avoid him in the future. Maybe I'll hop in the podcast another time. By the way, why doesn't anyone just kick him out, like, when he's obviously a troll?
Because I'm not gonna do that.
Because everyone is allowed in the podcast.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not gonna ban anyone from it. Like literally, like a literal Nazi can come on here, and I won't ban him. And that's my stance.
What if
Just
you...
make fun of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you do realize... Yeah, but...
Like
Start,
clockwork.
You're
starting
cutting
to
out.
realize... But I think it's starting to be a bit of a drawback with a podcast.
What's going on for y'all? What are y'all talking about?
Like a good half hour of AAR and Mimic Fag arguing over nothing.
Oh, I wish I was there to see that. Honey, that would have been really entertaining.
Check out the recording.
I will.
Kind of got ruined, but it's alright.
In my opinion, it lasted a bit too long.
Too long? I mean, I guess the arguing part lasted too long, but
it was like both of them just repeating the same thing over and over.
Yeah, do you think podcasting on is too open?
No, like everyone is allowed here. It's an inclusive.
Yeah, I'm never gonna ban Mimic Fag, and this just how it is.
I had something I wanted to talk about. It wasn't too Sonic related, but if y'all want to keep talking about this, that's fine. I'll shut my pie hole for a little bit and let y'all keep talking.
We've yet to talk about Sonic, so go
ahead. What I'm talking about ain't really entirely Sonic related. It's more Sonic related than this, but it ain't entirely Sonic related. So I don't know how much y'all want to hear about it, but
I want to hear it.
I'd like to hear it.
So I saw that thing that Ian Flynn was working on, the Drogoon pitch, and oh my, was that just dreadful? It was just the most dreadful thing that I ever saw, and it was. I think we understand now what his goals, what his real writing style is, and it ain't good.
Yeah, I just find it weird that he's just betting so much on this Dragoon thing.
No, honey, that's not the biggest problem. He's ripping off Berserk. I mean, he's ripping off ideas wholesale. Wait, hold on, honey. Let me see if I can find it, because I think I had it earlier.
Let him make his case.
I want to show y'all. There's a character named, if y'all read the first issue if y'all read his little story, and y'all read the first issue of Drogoon, y'all are going to see a character named Puck. And Puck is a Pixar character who he's a Pixar character who talks. Have y'all read the Drogoon thing that he was working on? It's only 23 pages. It ain't very long.
I did not. Can you link it?
Okay, or summarize it, because I really don't have any idea.
Honey, I don't even know how to summarize it. It's kind of incomprehensible.
What's it about?
Can you link it and I'll read it later?
Yeah, so I'm gonna link it here, and y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna link it here so y'all can read that. That's gonna be there. And let me find the page. Honey, just wait, because I need to find compare and contrast. I
just don't get how a man can go from knowing exactly what he's doing to knowing nothing.
Well, I have a question for y'all. Did Ian Flynn ever really know what he was doing? Let me explain to y'all what I think the answer is. There was a time where people liked him. So. Well, because the thing is, Ian Flynn had passion for Sonic, but he didn't have the writing ability. He was a fan of Sonic. He had passion, but the man ain't passionate for writing. He's passionate for things to write. I'm not trying to make a joke. I'm being serious.
Fair. I don't read, so I can't comment on his writing ability.
Let me find y'all.
Where people did like him. And,
well, because he had a good foundation to work on. He had a good editor, so he had things in place.
Yeah. He was probably like
to
carried
help
by
him.
like his editor. They
Okay,
said
so
no,
let
don't
me
do that. That's dumb.
let me pull up what a page from here. Let me go snap from a certain page here.
Do I read this
Give me
like? Do I
right
read
to
this like
left,
right
because
to
this is
left,
right
like
to
manga
left, right to
style?
left, because this is meant to be for Japanese audience.
Just
Okay.
trying to
This is
remind you,
made for
I'd
the
like
Japanese
to bring up a
audience.
couple things too.
Yes,
Just
sir,
saying.
Bob.
Oof.
Let me find the page that I need to find that is the most comparable, and I will give this to y'all. Let me just find the page that is. Use one page that is really comparable, and once you understand how much these two pages are comparable, but
No. I'm sorry. I don't want to bring up Discord drama, but Jesus Christ.
what happened?
AAR is still kind of.
No, not AR, but like, yeah. I'm sorry. I should have said that. Carry on.
Okay. Where were you going
I'm
on?
sorry. I shouldn't have interrupted.
So let me find the page that was all about this. Hold on, I need to find the page. Y'all need to give me a moment, 'cause I need to find
Oh
the
yeah,
wrong
Mimic Fag
page.
thinks you're trans right now. It's that you should know.
Thinks I'm trans?
Yeah.
Maybe I am.
Possibly. I don't think anyone cares except for him. That's the funny part to me.
Okay, so let me see if y'all. Okay, so let me see if I can share this image with y'all. Oh, honey, let me find it. Let me get it. Give me a moment. I need to find it if I can. What page is this on? Oh, page 21. Page 21. Okay. Give me a moment because I need to pull this up in a different web browser. Okay. Okay. Honey.
That's right.
Okay. I think I got this page, and I think this page is. I think this page is the closest. This is really. I'm gonna have to go save this. Oh no, I have to go save. Oh, why do I have to do this? Oh gosh, God, golly, what?
You can like
I was
take a screenshot
hoping
of
just.
it and then upload it somewhere.
Well, I have to upload it regardless. So I'm just gonna. Give me a moment.
What page did you say it was? Maybe I could.
21, but I need to show you the equivalent from another very famous manga.
Berserk?
Yep. And let me. I'm gonna compare it. I'm gonna get the comparisons for y'all, and y'all can
Yeah,
see.
just a reminder. I'd like to talk about a couple things before I drift off to sleep.
Well, okay. So
Okay.
here's
While you're talking about that, hack and get the thing that they're trying to get. What is it, Movie Spark?
Yeah, I'd like to talk about a couple things before I drift off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, first, there's this tweet I posted in the thread once. Just, yeah, yeah, the most recent
Okay.
one that
What
talks
about
about, yeah, talks about
is
Archie Sonics and they're going pushing their bias on IDW again. Yeah, yeah, how they calling, this 230 epilogue ripoff of Tossed in Space. Even though we all know it's going to go in a completely different direction. Like a very, very different direction.
interesting?
And they talk about how hypocritical they are because, you know, Archie likes to copy a lot of things. Apparently, one of them said how they even ripped off Fleetway with that evil supersonic. And apparently, someone said it was copying some Superland storyline.
Alright, thank you for
So,
sharing.
That sounds pretty cool.
Speaking of copying, I got the 2 links in there. I think there's, and this isn't copying for reals, but it's very obvious he's taking inspiration from Berserk here.
Oh, yeah. But by the way, a quick interjection. Don't post any Onion links because apparently my channel got a strike for that. So
they ain't posting any Onion links. I'm
okay.
just posting.
Onion links?
I'm doing that Tor stuff. Oh, it's about Tor. If y'all doing some weird illegal stuff.
Yeah, I didn't even know the link, but like apparently someone linked to the Onion link and I put it down. And apparently that got the channel strike. So I don't know if someone linked CP or something, but
I'm sorry. The Manga Park link doesn't work.
You actually linked some.
Okay, let me get you. Oh wait, it doesn't work because are you sure?
Can you at least tell them it was a mistake?
Nah, it's already happened. I'm sorry, but I mean, I guess I could appeal it, but I don't really want to go through that process.
Yeah, 1 strike, you're fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Just don't post any more Onion links.
To get a strike.
How do I know what an Onion link is?
Because it'll say
.onion.
Dot onion.
Yeah, and everything before it will just be like random.
Yeah, if you don't know an Onion link, you're probably not gonna be. You're not gonna
run into it. Find it.
Yeah, gonna put that through.
Wait, hold it. What about if I link? Never mind. I won't do it. It's too stupid.
What?
I was making a really bad. So what if we want to link an article from the Onion?
No, that's
shot it, I guess.
the onion. It's a joke, honey. The Onion is a satirical news source.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Who's this? Who's chapter 1? Okay. Let me see if I can find it here.
Try just saving the image and uploading it to Avenger or something.
Yeah,
I'm far too lazy for that. But this is just fine.
You've already put.
I'm joking.
Look at the Discord, and they're just looking at the Discord right now, and they're getting pretty sick of Mimic Bag.
My Discord is like frozen right now. I can't see anything.
Yeah, I was talking about that, but it's just like I think my favorite comment's like, how do you even shitpost with a guy that openly talks about being addicted to BBC? So that's a good one. I think that demonstrates what people's knowledge about the subject.
What am I looking at, Mimicsburg?
Huh.
What did you
people in your
I mean
Discord.
Not Mimicsburg, Mimicsburg, I'm sorry.
Wait.
Yeah, people in the Discord.
What about the Discord?
They're trying to
You're right.
annoyed with you, stealing Mimic on.
Yeah, I guess people think that I'm like super best friend with him, but
They don't really like him that much.
Yeah, I think it's from what he says, where it's like, Sonic podcast host is the only one that knows my Discord.
I know his high school?
Discord.
Oh yeah.
You don't really like him that much, do you?
He has a different like attitude when talking to you compared to someone else.
Well, he only gave me my Discord because I'm the only one that doesn't leak things. Like, I there's a lot of things I could leak, but I don't, and I never will.
Hold on, honey, please give me a moment. I'm still looking for the page. Just give me a moment to have. If I can't find it within 3 minutes, I'm gonna go and make the page. Hold on, almost there. It's here. Is this the right page? Okay. Now this is right, and this is right.
So the first image you link, I assume this is
that's from Dragoon. That's from Dragoon.
Okay.
Are you?
Is the most. Hold on. I'm almost. Once I get it, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Are you trying to demonstrate how Flynn is copying or something, or?
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to demonstrate. If I can find a page that really is.
Wait, is he drawing this too?
No, that's ABT.
Okay. Alright.
Let's see if I can find this page.
What's this thing about? Oh, it's a manga. I see.
Yeah, stop. think about something, you should at least try and take a stance
Okay,
about
I
going.
got the image.
What was that movie, Spurg?
Yeah, that's I thought you should. You can still welcome people, but you should at least take a stance about going way off topic.
Oh man, I mean, come on, like.
This isn't really like a moderated thing. It's just
Like,
kind of chill, you know.
but like, there's
Also, he's been gone for a good 20 minutes now. So let's not
hold
like
on.
let us.
Okay. I got the image, honey. I got the
Okay.
image. This is the other one I'm trying to compare it to.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Berserk one.
You still can't open that link?
Yeah, I can. I'm looking at it.
It's a PNG file.
What I'm saying is that there's a similar. It's a similar setup. It's a very similar setup.
I know we're having like two conversations at once, but like, I really, there's only so much you can talk about that's considered on topic. Like we've talked so much about Hat-Anon or Hat Guy or whatever wouldn't have.
My name is Southern Hat. Don't
Southern Hat. The Southern Hat. We wouldn't have this whole interesting dialogue about Southern Hat because it's not considered on topic. But like,
it's vaguely on topic.
I mean,
y'all talking about me? What am I so?
Yeah, why are you gonna do that Dragoon thing?
The only one that talks about you and you're not here is Mimic, and it's usually about if you're a tranny or not.
Why are you gonna do that Dragoon thing?
I mean, I'm a demon, so.
Oh yeah.
I typically don't have a specified gender. It's kind of whatever I want it to be.
Mm. It's a modern era. That's all right.
So, y'all see the 2 pages?
Yeah, I'm looking at them side by side right now.
Oh yeah, sorry, Moosburg's kind of left out of this because he can't read. He's on mobile, so he can't see all this stuff.
Well, why don't y'all have him added on Discord, right? Why don't y'all send him the links through Discord?
Yeah, send me the links.
Send him the links.
I got it.
Oh, thank you.
And so he can see. I think this is the biggest. Look, it's okay to take inspirations, but anyone who's a fan of Berserk would probably see this coming. How do I know? Because my husband is a Berserk fan, and he saw this when I was looking at it today.
So, looking at them side by side, I do kind of see a similar setup.
I mean, I'm not saying it's the same thing, but it's really similar.
Small fairy thing.
But there's way too many comparisons.
Is there Okay, I was about to
ask.
The
exact same to me.
Yeah, I was about to say, is this the only instance of this, or is there more?
Well, it's the only direct instance, but there's other comparisons. You still have
There's just one thing. I feel like it's a bit hard to call it plagiarism or whatever it's being.
I'm not plagiarism. He's not plagiarizing, but he is really not being creative. So he's kind of in the middle ground where it's kind of like okay. So let me explain what he's doing. It's kind of like My Number 9 to Mega Man. That's kind of what he's doing here.
Okay. Is he open about this?
I don't think so. I don't think because remember, he's trying to pitch this to Shonen Jump to get hired as a manga.
Oh. It's weird how he wants to be a manga.
Well, here's what I think of. I thought about this for a bit because it comes up a lot in the thread. And it's an interesting discussion topic. So the thing is that he was someone, if I'm not mistaken, and I would love someone on the thread to correct me on this, he got hired to work on the Sonic comics by just basically spamming it to editors or something, or just really being aggressive about contacting the editors. He was shoving his fan comic everywhere.
I think that is exactly what he said on his website.
So the problem is he's never really had a formal writing experience. And so what he is he's a faint. So I'm gonna skip to the end because I'm not sure how much you want to hear and say. I think to some extent, Ian Flynn is someone who's the ditch that he's dug himself in. He's too old. He's like 38 now or something. He's too old to move out of that ditch and try and find another career. So he's trying to salvage the fact that he now has to
Ming
right.
Dynasty pussy.
He's finally lost interest in Sonic.
Unwise.
When you put it that way, it seems like really.
It is. I'm gonna actually bring
how
up
long has he
something.
been writing Sonic stuff?
Almost 15 years. He's been writing since like 2007.
No matter how much you like Sonic, you're gonna get tired of that eventually.
Well, he's never leaving Sonic because without Sonic, in the worst case scenario. Well, no, financially he's not much. Financially he's not much. He doesn't have any other stable career. He's not writing for
like My Little Pony stuff or something.
He did write My Little Pony. He's writing the My Little Pony Transformers crossover. He wrote some TMNT issues. He's to be fair, he's now gotten a job working on Rivals of Ether. So he has projects. Nothing stable. There's nothing stable, and he's not getting a lot of work from freelance.
He wrote like
to
a
make
few
it
Sonic Boom episodes, right? Or something.
Yeah. Something I want to say as a conspiracy theory. I suspect that part of the reason Evan Stanley's being brought on is to kick Flynn off the comic. And you might say, why is that? Well, Evan Stanley, I don't think has as much experience, which means IW probably was much better at negotiating a lower page rate for her. Why would you change what isn't broken? Unless, of course, why would you change what isn't broken? I suspect that they're bringing on Evan Stanley to test if they can replace Flynn with her. I know you think I'm sound crazy, but it actually makes a lot of logical sense.
That doesn't sound too far-fetched, honestly.
What I think happened is the editor was brought in because the editor, it wasn't Flynn's decision to break. It was the editor who came to Flynn asking him if he would be okay with him testing out Evan Stanley on the comic, which makes me think what is sort of happening right now is the editor was told by his high-ups that he might get a bonus if he saves money on the comic. And he probably comes up with the thought of, I can pay Evan Stanley less to write. Let me go see if I can test her out as a writer. And then if she ends up being successful, I'm just going to kick Flynn off.
Wasn't Evans hasn't her only experience with writing? I'm sorry, but
no, you're right. No, you're right.
She's only written Sonic.
Yeah. She's only written Sonic.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, y'all have
episodes, right?
In a fan comic.
Oh yeah.
If y'all notice, have y'all noticed my microphone is sounding better?
Yeah.
Just wondering.
Now that you mention it,
now that you mention it, does sound a little more crisp.
Moviesburg, holy shit!
I think he's asleep.
I just want to say something. Random.
From your mouth, dude.
I do wish that AAR could come on the podcast and talk about her stories. And stuff
I don't know if that's happening.
I told her that Mimic left, and she said, "Okay, I may come back." That was good. It was a while ago.
Yeah, no, she changed her mind. She says she's not gonna join again.
Oh no, that's not my point. My point is that I just think that she'd probably be someone who could ramble on and on and on about her Sonic stories, and that would be kind of interesting. So that's all. That's all.
Yeah, there was good potential for good conversation with AR and her, Mimic.
But she feeds him a lot. Anyway, get back to the topic.
And I told
what y'all notice in this Dragoon store is you notice some problems that y'all notice in IW. Then there's a lot of wasted space of screen time. There is very poor conveyance of art to use to tell story, which makes me think that a lot of Flynn's problems that he ain't described things very well. And then the artists are just kind of left to scramble to figure out how to tell the story. It's kind of a mess visually, but it kind of tells me that Flynn has a very hard time describing things to artists and has a very hard time making good use of pacing, really, but the pacing problems are mostly because the dude doesn't know what priorities are for a story.
The art isn't terrible.
No, but he
I kind of like it.
okay. Let me explain.
Moviesburg, are you
He's
masturbating
having a
right
nightmare, dude.
The art.
Moviesburg, are you masturbating right now? Yes or no?
No.
Okay.
Okay, what are you doing? What are the sounds?
Looking at some sunset posts. I'm just waiting for a chance to talk about my ideas.
Okay.
If y'all, y'all could mute your mic when y'all doing that, just so it ain't so distracting.
Yeah, please.
Just
Yeah, you could like, do something, right? Just saying. Not insulting me, but.
So 8BitT's art is mighty fine. That ain't the problem. The problem ain't the art itself. Mm-hmm. It's the way the art is used to tell the story.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is, it doesn't convey. In other words, a lot of the story that's usually very understandable is either dialogue or like really broad stuff that's hard to mess up. But when Flynn starts trying to do details, you can tell that he ain't very good at explaining the details, and the art just gets confused. And I think artists are very much so left. There's a lot of things IEW that just aren't well explained. And I think a lot of things in the Zombot arc are just not very well conveyed because he isn't describing things very well. I think a big problem is that I'm sure that Flynn probably imagined in his head like the virus sort of progressing as Sonic kept getting touched and making his condition worse, but because he didn't prioritize explaining that to the artists, we now have a plot element that is only told and not shown. I mean, same thing with the grass. We are told that Sonic can infect grass by touching it, but we almost never see that happen. We're told it happens, but we never see it, and it makes a lot of plot holes. And I think that Flynn just doesn't know how to explain things. I think ultimately there's a lot of other things that bother me about Flynn. For example, he's if I'm not mistaken, and I need this backed up, he said that he would be uncomfortable writing a Sonic game because he ain't ever written for a game before. Flynn has actually said that he was very struggling to write a screenplay for the Sonic Boom episodes and found it somewhat of a difficult experience. So I'm not saying there isn't some challenges
he's writing for
to be had working in a different.
Right? That's a game.
Well, he's doing the lore for it. It's a Smash Bros. Clone.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that these things ain't. There ain't some challenges in there, but Flynn should not be. If Flynn had a lot of writing experience, he would not be struggling to adapt to these new mediums. There are lots of writers, lots of people who will go and to some extent, writing is writing. You're either writing in a screenplay format, you're writing in a comic script format, you're writing a novel. Y'all are using the same sort of tactics of placing dialogues and describing set scenes. That's what y'all do.
Yeah.
There are other things that, as I did another binge reading through, or rather, when I was reading through the comic recently, I've noticed that the comic sets up a lot of things at the end of issues and then fails to follow up on them. If you actually read the comic all at once, you'll notice that the continuity gets all over the place, and a lot of things actually get kind of forgotten. Or things will be mentioned at one issue, like Silver's going to join the party at this moment, and then the next issue he's out in Ice Paradise somewhere because Flynn didn't want to use him in the store. And so these all are things that are problems, and these are things that I think are basic fundamental problems. Last night I went and posted two fun. Hey, Moviesburg, did y'all look at those videos that were posted in the thread last night? I know y'all browse the thread a lot, so I was curious if y'all saw that.
Oh,
the terrible writing advice ones, they were posted in the thread.
No.
Well, there was something funny, and then the thread was laughing, but I did post this in the thread. It was the terrible writing advice, and I was bringing up that it's funny just how many things the guy kind of follows. If y'all want an interesting laugh, go watch one of them videos, and y'all see that like he makes a lot of mistakes that are meant to be common pitfalls for writers. I mean, even that Drogoon thing is a really bad pitch. It's not very well conveyed. The main character is kind of just an archetype of anime anti-heroes with nothing original or even depth to distinguish it from kind of a caricature. So the thing is that ultimately he's not really a writer, and neither is Evan Stanley. Evan Stanley is someone who is. So the problem is, I think we're getting Evan Stanley. We're getting someone who's really never written something that's not Sonic. Which, on one hand, it's great. It is amazing that she has passion for the franchise, and I think she's going to do some good work. But I don't think we're going to get anything too special from her, because I don't think she has the wherewithal to grab from something that's not Sonic and use experience writing or consuming media that's not Sonic to figure out how can we make this franchise better. What can I take and understand from another piece of media and say, hey, I could make this, I could write this better. I could do this. I could go and
You seem very like knowledgeable on the subject.
I dabbled in some writing a few years ago. But
tell us more.
But I'd rather not someday.
Okay, I
I'd rather not.
understand.
I think that considering how whatever. But I'm just saying that was that she doesn't have experience outside of writing Sonic. So it's possible that there ain't a requirement. I mean, Shiro Maikawa, he ain't write something before he wrote Sonic Adventure 2, but he was taking inspiration from other medias. I think if I ain't mistaken, SA2 was partially inspired by the film Armageddon. So he's definitely doing that. I'm not sure if he knows if Evan's doing that. And that is a problem. So I expect something fun. I don't expect anything too groundbreaking or special from Evan. I expect it to be more tolerable, less infuriating, but ultimately a hollowness experience. And that's the unfortunate fact. I think the truth is, with the comics and with Sonic as a whole, we are stuck with kind of bad writers. You have to find someone who's a fan of this franchise, has the writing experience, and has the reliability.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say something funny. I'm gonna say something controversial. There are gonna be some shit posters, or some people who ironically say, "Oh, let's hire Sparky, let's hire AAR." And Sparky might be able to do it. AAR probably could do it as well. But the problem with both of them is both of them don't want to work for Sonic very long. Both of them have much bigger ambitions. So even if either of them got hired on the comic, even if they did great things, it would only be maybe 3 to 5 years before they would be looking for, they would be writing, they would be doing some great things, but IDW is not looking for someone who's going to quit on them after 3 to 5 years, which I'm sorry, as much as people want to say it, they will probably quit. They have original ideas that they are more interested in writing than Sonic. Sonic will be a side project, and Sonic would be them trying to fix something and show what they can do with the franchise. What is so funny? Are you laughing at me, boy? Are you laughing? Are you thinking it's funny?
I think he's like completely disconnected from this conversation.
I'm just waiting. I'm just looking at Simpsons shitposts in the meantime.
Are you having fun there?
Yep.
You want to share out the class?
You see, something I think, and something I've noticed about IW fans is at least one breed of IW fans is someone who a lot of them aren't long-term Sonic fans, and a lot of them do really like some of the characters. And Nubisburg, you fall into two of those categories. I think that's part of the reason you like the comic is that you're a furry. You're a furry, and
I like it for what it is.
Wait, I'm sorry. You said that you believe that IDW fans aren't long-term Sonic fans? Are not?
I think a lot of them aren't. I think a lot of them are not. Well, let me make this a comparison. The people who really like it. I'm not talking about people who are just
I think IDW is meant for
what
new
other
readers
audience
anyway.
would a Sonic the Hedgehog comic attract? Like, it's certainly not like the masterful writing is attracting people.
Yeah,
but I think that if here's the thing, let's be honest. If the comic had masterful writing, it would be attracting everyone. If the comic had the kind of writing that sthg was begging and pleading for it to have,
yeah, it would be attracting.
That's not shit posting.
Yeah, it would be attracting people like maybe have never heard of Sonic the Hedgehog, but it's not. It does not have good writing. So what is there for non-Sonic fans?
Let me tell you what would most likely happen. If it was good, it would start to be like boom. It would be this thing that, oh wow, people will show it because if it was great, and I'm talking like I could if I was talking great, then I think that Sega would begin legitimately I think that Sega would start to take influence from it. It would be the thing where Sega starts to seriously take influence and it would start to sell. It would start shaping the franchise. The thing that people want, if it was masterful, it would start to shape the franchise. And I think that some degree of, at least some degree of frustration that I have, is that I wish that someone like Flynn, who's been running Sonic for 15 years, could make Sonic masterful. He should have the capability to write a story. I mean, I posted
Yo, movie spirit poster you're laughing at.
So again, it's a Simpsons shit
post it in the Discord, and I'll post it.
So I posted something last night. It was a pretty comfy story, but this is something I think would be one that masterful and like grandiose or very emotional is a very comfy story I came up with. So allow me to find this one. All this sort of story idea posting has been convincing me to post on my own, so that's why I've been dabbling in it. I did share another idea a while back about Sonic and Tails in a futuristic city, and this story was fascinating. So I like the idea because in that story, Sonic had with his carefree nature had convinced an AI to reject its duties and basically become a chaotic free agent, which for Sonic is great, but if y'all an AI who's running a city, y'all don't want to be chaotic. And aside from trying to navigate a futuristic city where everything's haywire, a big conflict in the story would have been that Sonic and Tails had a different ideology, with Sonic wanting to let the AI roam free in the world and wanting to let it go free, and it's telling everyone that's how back to a less cushy life. Whereas Tails, he wanted to restore an earlier backup of the AI that would have reverted before Sonic messed with his programming. And that would have led to a fight scene between Sonic and Tails where they go in the data center and Tails is trying to restore the backup. And ultimately Tails realizes that Sonic's ideology and Sonic ultimately lets Tails go. And Tails is forced, because his friend is letting him go, to rethink his ideology and ultimately agrees to let Sonic let the AI roam free on the internet. Probably where it goes and shit posts on 4chan.
Sorry to interrupt this, but like, what's your opinion on the Wonder Bread fetish
guy?
Oh, you've never heard of him?
Ever heard of Wonder Bread?
Wait, I'll post a picture that like describes the whole thing. I asked because like this
yeah,
vaguely
can you post it
Sonic
in the
related.
Discord?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wonder Bread's a man that really enjoys his Wonder Bread. He mentions a lot about it.
He really likes Wonder Bread. Like he has feelings towards Wonder Bread. And there was a picture yesterday, and it was like a bunny holding a bag of Wonder Bread. Like, and she's holding an axe and chopping down trees in the forest. The guy's like, I spent $400 on this commission. Sorry to interrupt what you're like talking about the comic.
Well, it's fine. I'm just sharing something I wanted to.
Oh yeah, and we enjoy your conversation. It's good.
Yeah. I just felt like I really need to bring that up.
Yeah.
It's been inside of me for
but
a while.
but what you say is interesting. Yeah. Evan should
You could have a podcast of just.
I'm gonna say this. I think it's too early to judge Evan, but I think it's too early to judge Evan because there absolutely are things she's playing that are going to be better than Ian, and I don't know what she's going to be like in the comic. However, there are things that give me pause and make me think that she's not the same that everyone is. I mean, I'm thinking she's going to turn the comic from a 4 out of 10 to maybe a 6 out of 10 if we're lucky.
Louisburg, calm the fuck down.
Okay, 4 out of 10 is too generous. Maybe a 3 out of 10 to maybe a 5 or 6 out of 10. That's probably what we're getting here. I mean,
at least can't get worse. Wait, can it get worse?
well, I think that here's the thing. It could it get worse? I don't know. But there isn't a lot of. I wouldn't know. Here's the thing. If y'all, the thing is, if y'all tried to sincerely come up with a story that was worse than the Zombot arc, it would probably take your effort because if y'all just tried very quickly to come up with a very stupid story, you'd at least make a story that was ironically good. If you were trying to make a bad story, you'd unironically make something more.
I feel, and I don't think this is an unpopular opinion. I feel like anyone that has thought about Zombot art for more than 5 seconds would come to like the same conclusion as I. But I feel like a zombie story wouldn't work in Sonic because y'all knows that the reset button is gonna get hit at the end.
I disagree. I'm gonna give y'all a story that could work. That I've heard before. Y'all could weaponize the reset button. We have Silver. The story could have been about Silver preventing the apocalypse. The entire story could have been about Silver coming in and trying every single trade. If y'all want to do that, could have been Silver coming in, trying something to stop the Zombot arc, having to reset time and try something.
Yeah.
And that would have been more interesting because Silver can turn back time at any time in the story, and we just don't ever explore it. But here we say, okay, Silver can't turn back time. Let's build a story around the fact that every time Silver's going to fail and horrible things are going to happen to the characters. But we already have our reset button right then and there at the beginning of the arc. We know that Silver's going to eventually we know that Silver's going to eventually figure it out. But we're also going to see him fail over and over again. And that's, I think, more interesting. That at least lets you do much more.
So it's like a Groundhog Day kind of thing?
Yeah, why not? That would have been
kind of interesting, where Silver will keep on going back until he finds a way to fix everything.
Yeah. So but here's the thing.
That sounds interesting.
It's original for a zombie story. And at least it gives us right away the solution. It doesn't play around with us and give us I mean, yes, eventually Silver will find a way to solution, but you know, we at least know the solution and we're okay with that because the solution being right there in our faces is then played around with and toyed around with. And you can do crazy stuff.
Yeah, even I don't always agree with you on IDW, at least have some interesting story ideas.
If only Southern Mania was writing for
IDW. I don't know how much. I mean, I don't trust trust myself with some dialogue. I'd be afraid to do. I don't know how much I trust myself with dialogue. No, but I do think some of these ideas would be fun. Another thing they could have done for Sonic, if they wanted to just keep the same kind of story, is honestly they could just change. I'm not even sure what they could have. Honestly, if they wanted to, if I was having to write a Sonic store, and I really could, and these mandates really were a problem. Honestly, if y'all want a Sonic store that is there are other zombie series that fit Sonic's tone more better. Dead Rising is one. Evil Dead is one. Zombieland is one. If y'all took inspiration from them, uh, that would have been. Honestly, I think the Zombot fights are boring. They're really not interesting because y'all can't do anything to stop them. And I think that's actually a huge problem.
Can you get to the point soon? I still have my ideas.
Are you crying, dude?
No, just a little tired.
Okay.
I mean, look, if I really need to keep the store the same, if I was writing it, I don't think I would write a zombie store straight faced. I'd probably either do the silver time travel thing, or I would make a store that was much more tongue in cheek, and I would have had, I would have come up with some way that Sonic was some kind of antivirus. And just had the story of Sonic doing crazy stunts and basically. So if y'all ever seen the movie Crank,
I feel like the straightness can be blamed on the fact, it's originally supposed to be an artsy story.
No. How is that? No. No. He's been thinking the story for years. A lot of the cool things just do not feel planned out right. He's been thinking the story for years. So if he thought of anything more than just a Sonic zombie story, then he probably would have had more plot.
Yeah, it was all supposed to tie into a lot of Archie continuity. So, but then that got canceled and he just threw it in the IDW.
Okay.
I can see how that could mess with someone's.
Okay, well, I have a question for y'all, Moviesburg. Why the fuck did he use the store? If the store wasn't made for Archie, and he wasn't going to put the effort to change it for Archie, then don't use the store. That's not an excuse. The problem is that that's not an excuse. That is just Flynn admitting that he didn't want to bother coming up with another story. That was... I mean, just in a thread today, I saw a post about Big and Rouge go on Big and Rouge go on a spy adventure, which sounds amazing.
Considering reading through the IDW comics just so I could keep up with these conversations a bit more.
I mean, y'all could do it. There's a lot of problems there's a lot of problems that don't get brought up with continuity. Like the fact that Flynn just for a comic about Sonic, which is a platformer series, and is very big on set pieces. The comics do not use set pieces very much. You almost never see the environment being used for any kind of interesting sort of setups. And I think that's a missed opportunity. But anyway, I just want to make it real quick. I think the zombie store would have been fun if we weapon. I know it's going to sound weird. It's going to kill the tension. But if they really could not turn Sonic, and they wanted Sonic still fighting zombots, then the store should have built itself around committing that Sonic was never going to get infected, and then building some fun set pieces around that. So if y'all ever seen the movie Cranked, if I was writing it, I would have had some fun scenes of Sonic just openly taunting the zombots, or just doing reckless behavior because he's just gone crazy and he needs to make sure his friends don't get hurt. So he's doing all manners of reckless behavior. But because we know that Sonic isn't going, because we actually now know that Sonic's not going to be in trouble, and his friends are the ones at risk, we could probably have some fun scenes with him taunting zombots, maybe doing things like leading them into a ditch like Lemons. I mean, for crying out loud, we actually learn a point in the story where they're bringing up how the zombots would probably be really incapacitated.
God, Julian's a weirdo. What a guy.
Alright.
I wonder if he's like, if like he has a bot, or if he just browses sthg waiting for that new thread.
He browses sthg obsessively because he will respond when you talk to him.
Julianon?
Yeah.
He's like always the first person now. So.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy.
It's a bit weird.
You guys get the brown square?
Huh?
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah,
Render.
the guy that keeps on posting that brown square. I don't even understand what he's trying to say.
Yeah, it's a weird looking render that people pretend is cursed.
Weird. Can't say I've seen that.
I have an interesting challenge for y'all. I want y'all to give me some sort of setup, and I'll try and give you a Sonic plot synopsis around it. Like, you give me just some sort of word or whatever, and I'm gonna eventually go and try and, or some sort of setup, and I'm gonna try and give y'all a story. I'll try and see if I can do that.
Alright, give me a minute to think. Oh yeah, I just want to add that Julianon, he's always, like, whenever someone brings up, like, drawing something, like, free art or whatever, he's always the first person to respond. God, I wish I was, like, as dedicated to, like, anything in life as he is to his waifu. Okay, a story setup, and, okay, you asked for a story setup for Sonic, and you would try to find a way to make it work?
Yeah, I'll try and develop a story around it.
Okay, Jigsaw, but with Sonic characters.
Y'all have to give me a moment on that one. Are we talking about like Jigsaw, like the Saw movies, or just talking about literally Jigsaw? Oh, like
Saw 1 was the only good one, in my opinion.
I disagree. Saw 4 was pretty good.
Saw which one?
6.
I have a story right now that works for y'all.
I have it.
Shadow is taking a vacation on, or Rouge or Shadow, X character. Most likely, I want to use one of Team Doc. I'll probably use Rouge. She's taking a vacation on island. Finds out that she gets a call, and some guys have some terrorists have basically taken over a volcano, and they plan to erupt it unless, of course, she follows the series of games. So Rouge has to follow the series of weird, awkward tasks. And if she does it, the whole island's gonna blow up. Yes, I'm aware that's the plot, 30 minutes or less, and it's also.
Damn, you came up with that pretty quickly.
Oh, I had it already in my head.
Oh.
But y'all could make, if y'all wanted to, if you wanted to make it more like it, we have some sort of spooky themed areas. Y'all could set the story on Halloween and set it at night, and then have it set on island with the volcanoes. Y'all could get that sort of Jigsaw vibe. You can also get a country island vibe. You can also get a country, just Hawaiian island vibe or something.
Alright, here's another idea. How about, like, something where, like a very character-driven thing with Shadow, but in a way that would praise both the Sonic Adventure 2 Shadow fans and the new Shadow fans.
Well, I'm gonna.
Like, find a way to, like, take those two completely different character arcs and resolve them in a way that would make both, like, fandoms? Is that the word?
I have an answer for you, but it's not my idea. So that one I could answer for you, but it's not my idea.
Yeah, I'd like to hear it anyway, though.
That story Slasher came up with probably could be that. That was his whole goal, was to make New Shadow an interesting character. I don't know too many of the details about that story, but I think y'all will have to ask him about it sometime. but I know that was a story about Shadow needing to keep Jewel from getting killed, and that probably seems like something that that probably seems. I'll have to think about something on my own, but you'd have to go. That was one of his. If I had to go and figure out another story,
in AEW,
honestly, throw Shadow in that story I just picked because y'all are gonna have him as someone who's a protagonist.
So the one with Rouge playing the games.
If y'all put Shadow in that plot instead, he's now someone who is in a situation where if the villain ain't Eggman, and you make a new villain, and y'all don't make Sonic a major part of the story, like once y'all get rid of those two elements, then Shadow isn't really held too much on the mandates.
Yeah.
Shadow ain't held too much on the mandates once y'all get rid of those two.
Okay.
Once y'all get rid of those two factors, Shadow ain't held too much by the mandates.
So in I'm sorry, just a quick question about IDW. So like that would like put the whole thing with like Shadow's like arc that you're trying to like pitch. So all the games are canon except for like Boom and stuff, right?
Yeah, essentially, and classics are kind of weird. They're not canon. There's very weird rules because y'all are not apparently it's like you need to say
modern and classic is like separate. So so that would mean that Shadow 1 planned to destroy the world, but decided not to because of a promise he made to Maria. 2 pretty much killed himself, and then 3 fell to Earth. Is Shadow canon? Is Shadow the Hedgehog canon in this? Because that's kind of important for like what I'm trying to say. Is that ever brought up in his like edgy phase?
It's we sort of get references and brief cameos to SA2, but we don't really get much about it. And I suspect that's because of the two worlds problem or mandates. But we don't know. I mean, I honestly assume that we know most of the mandates. At least that we know most of the mandates that Flynn has running, because Flynn has generally been pretty upfront about almost every mandate he's.
So like that would mean that if every game except for like Sonic Boom and Sonic Chronicles and shit is canon, that would be kind of tough to like write Shadow in a way because his arc was already done when he like killed himself to end up as a hero. So bringing back in Heroes kind of like makes things a bit awkward. Probably be really hard to like fix that.
I guess so. By the way, Movisberg, random thought. I thought of a better way to make Whisper a character. By the way, I think that when I thought about this was a much missed opportunity. This is going to sound silly, and I would love to see Whisper just reimagined this way, but I think Whisper doesn't involve the Wisps too much. I actually think she would have been a stronger character if they made her more than just a wisp, just an avatar clone. If I was gonna write Whisper, I'd want a character who maybe was a wisp, Sonic Whirlian hybrid or something. You know what's?
Aren't the Wisps energy?
Well, here's what I think. When you look at that Whisper's character design sheet, you see a bunch of different color palettes for her. And what is Whisper's color palette? Well, it should be brown, but actually it should also be all of that. When Whisper switches a wisp, she should not only switch, she should switch her colors, and actually just have her switch her personality. Imagine a
fucking servers anymore, and like if you go into the zombies portion,
imagine Whisper. Imagine how interesting Whisper would be if she was a character who had like, I mean, I guess she'd be a highly emotional character, but imagine how much fun Whisper would be if every single Wisp gave her a different personality.
So like, would she like have will this be like involuntary? Like, will it just happen? Would it be like Dragon Ball, where like whenever she sneezes, she changes personality?
No, she's not like Launch. She's like she. I mean,
or that one like That one Fire Emblem bitch that like when she goes outside, she has like depression, but only when she's like outside and in the sun.
I guess I was thinking more Super Princess Peach or Kill 7 or for more extreme or 7 Nana will basically put whenever she I guess you could say launch, but Whisper knows she's gonna switch personalities whenever she does this. Or I can even say if you want some good writing about how to write a character with multiple personalities that also constantly switch, iZombie is a great show to watch for that. But I think Whisper would be a fun character if y'all saw, I mean, she'd be really fun waifu material if she had like 7 different personalities.
Whisper makes me like physically.
Say, what would the 7 personalities be like?
Well, Burst would be anger. Let me see. I mean, I don't know for all of them, but Burst could be anger. Hava could be depression. Could be sadness. Let me see what Cube would be some kind of like emotionless. Oh no, Void would be an emotionless because emotionless Void. Void would be her basically being emotionless. No, I mean you can have drill.
So would it be different? I'm sorry. But would it be different personalities? Because what you're describing right now aren't really personalities or more emotions.
Okay. Oh no, okay, you're right. Sorry. They'd be emotional states then. I guess you're not technically personalities.
Okay, emotional states, like not personalities. All right.
But I still think that I know it's dumb and stupid, but I do think it's fun to make her as a character as someone who's just with a very high.
I know nothing about Whisper, but every picture that's posted of her and the thread has her crying and with her eyes closed. I'm like, fuck.
Well, the problem is that there isn't really much to her. There really isn't much to her as a character, and she has.
Does she close her eyes and cry a lot? Because that's like all I see in the thread.
Well, yeah, because that's all Flynn knows how to depict emotion. Is crying.
Yeah, can I share my story idea too and my other ideas too soon?
Oh yeah, just don't worry. You can cut in all at any time.
Yeah, dude. Did you want to share?
Yeah, I'd like to share. Just as simple.
Okay.
Just as simple idea.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Simple story idea of.
This idea for an ADW story,
right? Yes, was very getting captured and corrupted by Nero, and Jewel inadvertently saving them.
Oh yeah.
But
wait. So is
that kind of ideas have been rattling around in my head, and here's an interesting detail.
I'm a bit scared because you said corrupted, and it's well known that you have a hypnotism fetish.
Yeah, here's an interesting point that's been rattling around in my head. Whisper refused to.
Okay, may I ask?
Yeah, Nero tries to get Whispers to use her wisps, but the wisps don't follow her because they know she's being controlled.
What is it about hypnotism?
I don't know.
Why is that your thing?
Don't know.
I think give an explanation. And y'all can tell me if this makes y'all uncomfortable. Were you bullied a lot as a kid?
Yeah,
you're free to ignore this question, but were y'all bullied a lot as a kid?
Are you asking the whole thing, everyone?
Not really.
No.
Are you asking all of us?
No, I was just asking Moobasper.
Alright.
I was just wondering. I was trying to figure out because some people like hypnotism because they want to have control over things.
And you said you were not bullied, right, Moviesburg?
No, not really.
Oh, there goes that theory. Just want to like pick at your brain a little bit, because frankly, you're a really
find out the kind of person you are.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, that kind of explains why you fall into certain traps because I'm not saying this for everyone, but usually in some ways, unfortunately, autistic people don't fall into traps. Is that they get bullied and they learn from their mistakes.
Do you know about a lot about Do you know a lot about
does not learn from mistakes?
I have my sister has autism, so that's why I know about it. So so that's just what I was thinking. But seriously, okay, so but I think that Whisper's whispering part just doesn't seem to make much sense. It seems to be something that was always a character facet of hers, and I don't know why. And I kind of think like, well, you could have come up with a more, like, I don't know. I just don't know why that was just. It just doesn't feel like a very well thought out character.
You know, kind of thing, but I don't think Whispers talked for the last few issues of IDW.
Isn't that kind of telling?
Like at all.
Though?
Well, but there's nothing to do with her. At absolute best, she's a girl shadow, without the mandates being held. At worst, she's kind of a bland, nothing character.
The mandates are like you can't. You have to separate classic and modern. Like what else?
There's certain ways you have to write the characters. You can't just go and write families. You have to follow the two worlds. You apparently can't reference games too heavily. Sonic's world has no money. There's a lot of
Sonic's world has no what now?
Money.
It's weird.
No money. So when y'all see money in a Sonic game, it's referring to the human world.
Okay, so the two worlds thing, I heard that brought up a lot, but what exactly is it? What did Izuka do?
Essentially put, there's now like a warp, like all the games that don't have humans in them, or at least well, that's not always true, because Battle takes place in the human world. We learn later on that Battle, if you actually watch Battle, there it is very, and you follow the continuity of the games, it very clearly takes place in the human world. But there's no humans in Battle. So if you were going to make two worlds, which IMW messes up because Central City is clearly a human world location. It's a location that's appeared.
I think I think there's two Central Cities now. One on the human world, one on Sonic's world.
Ian Flynn's explanation was that the Central City in Sonic Battle was in the Sonic's world, except in that game the president appears as a character and outright says that Gunn set this thing up for.
Think to yourself, there is no Sonic canon, only a Sonic anomaly.
Well, no. Technically, yeah, I guess Central City can be in Sonic's world, but the end, y'all have to acknowledge the very obvious loophole with the two worlds thing. People can travel between the worlds, so even if there were two worlds, why are we still not seeing both in both locations? I mean, if
they don't have to put in humans.
So even if y'all go to a place like India, y'all are going to find people of different races there. Y'all are just going to find people of different races everywhere.
So the two worlds thing is basically saying that any game that has humans in it is a different planet? That's
yeah, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not very well explained, and it's very heavily contradicted.
Alright, so like Adventure 2 Unleashed. Is that like all the human?
Yeah, that's all human world. As well as Battle.
Eggman though.
But the problem is that if y'all were going to actually keep things consistent with the games, then Sonic 1 would also be in the human world, or you either have two Green Hill zones, or you have Sonic 1, or even if you have two Green Hill zones, Sonic Adventure 2 still follows the theory that Sonic lived in the human world. it actually doesn't make sense for Sonic to have lived in the world, in the non-human world. It actually only makes sense that Sonic is the human world.
buildings in the background of Spring Yard.
That's not just it. The islands that Sonic lives on is shown in SA2. Green Hill Zone is shown in SA2 on its own island, which is implied to be South Island. It's South of the city. So it's actually implied. So the SA2 map actually shows Green Hill Zone on island south of a city, which tells us that, which most likely tells us that A, Green Hill Zone is in the human world. It doesn't make sense. It's just very clearly a retcon.
So
how
is this used in IDW?
There's no humans except for Eggman.
Okay, so it's all. So they never like.
I think I think Ian said once humans do exist in the IDW universe. They just don't have a reason to put them in yet.
Are they like not allowed to go into the
technically, they're actually
humans are. I think that most of the time Sager doesn't want to put them in.
Well, the reality is we don't know we know there's two worlds. We don't actually know that they're not allowed. It would actually require Ian Flynn. Ian Flynn would actually have to make a new human character. He's already admitted that he doesn't really like the human characters. He kind of complained about them until Unleashed came around.
I think he meant the human characters in the early 2000s era games.
Imagine not liking Maria.
I like the Gun Commander. I always like the Gun Commander. Okay. Unpopular opinion. I think Elise is a better character than Whisper. I know Whisper might be cuter, but Elise has more going for her. There's actually more we know about Elise than Whisper. And I'm not praising Elise as a character. I'm actually saying that Whisper's so low that we know that Elise has like duties and a job as a princess, and we know that she has to struggle with her emotions because if she cries, she lets an evil beast out. We also know that she likes Sonic. Whisper, what does Whisper like? The most that you can say is Whisper has friends, which is, I guess, fine. She can develop a relationship. But, like, I guess Whisper likes Tangle, but there really isn't much else that we know.
She was like a shy autistic girl because everyone that like posts pictures of her like act like a shy autistic person.
Well, she is. And
checks out then.
But like I probably would but I just think that Whisper, honestly, if I was taking over IDW, fuck that. I would still try and find a way to force Whisper to be the character I want her to be. Because I think she would honestly be a more interesting character if she had that sort of defect. I think it would be... Fuck it, if y'all want tragedy, that would be fucking tragedy. Having Whisper be affected with a curse that causes her to just experience some insane emotions would be... But she'd be unique as a character.
Yeah.
And she'd be a character who would live up to the Wisp thing.
So when you first brought that up, I thought it was like a multiple personality disorder kind of thing. I feel like...
I'm sorry, I wasn't very clear.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, like this kind of a neat idea in a way, because one game that does this is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice, and the character I'm talking about only appears in like one part of the game, but like the way they did it was pretty interesting. Basically, there's a dude. He has like 3 or 4 different personalities, but they all act differently. They have like relationships with each other. They all have different goals and such. I feel like something interesting can be done with that.
Honestly, once you have Whisper like that, y'all can go one step further, and y'all can do stories about living with bipolar disorder. And so, fuck that, that's amazing. Y'all can do some really... I mean, that is just some. I don't know much about Tango, but I do think that Whisper would be a far more lovable character because, to be honest, I'm gonna be clear. I do think at some point Whisper's gonna get bored. There's only so much you can do the "woe is me" character before people kind of get sick of it. But that would also require Whisper being a character who, I don't know. I think that I don't know. I don't know exactly how but I think it would be interesting to actually have a Sonic character who really does let emotional trauma get the better of her. Like, really does. Not even like Shadow. Which would then make a Shadow in her relationship more interesting. Then you could ship Shadow with her. I mean, the reason I think Whisper shipped with her is because Evan created her. But y'all could have, like, a bunch of different sort of emotions and stuff. I'm trying to figure out what other ones. You can have scared, you can have
what's that noise?
Sounds like a cup.
But I would add one more weakness to Whisper. She can change her Wispin, but it has a cooldown timer, and it has a cooldown timer, and it's random. I know it sounds stupid, but it actually gives us a great way to always let Whispers. I know it sounds like a cop out and maybe a writing flaw, but it actually gives the writer a great tool for easy weakness, and a great tool for also, once you have Whisper having to have random Wispins, you actually create challenges for her. And you also have to create challenges for her that don't just... Y'all can create challenges not just with the Wispin she has, and also create, even if she has the perfect Wispin, maybe her emotions ain't right for the job. That is enough to make an entire superhero out of. Fuck me, I should take this and make a superhero and sell it to Marvel. Wow,
that'd be something to come out of this podcast.
But that's how I wrote Whisper. I would make this drastic change, and I'd be okay with it. But aside from that, I do wonder, because I just don't. I don't know. I would like to see more, but still, to get back to another IW complaint, what you'll notice very quickly is that there really isn't interesting locations in IW. It's almost always like generic village, generic city, big open fields, and that's basically it.
Yeah, I agree. There's not much location variety.
The more I hear about,
I don't think that's a Flynn problem. He's had that problem always when he's writing. He just does not know how to write.
The more I hear about Sonic IDW comic, the more like seems apparent the only thing the comic really has going for it is that it is Sonic the Hedgehog, and the art is pretty cool.
So here's what it has going for it. It's competently made, and there's almost nothing else going on. I would tell you, if there was a better Sonic card,
it's Sonic the Hedgehog.
No, but I no joke. If the writing standard for the series was higher, if the writing games had much better writing, people would be shitting on the comic. They would be calling the comic a piece of garbage. The standards have fallen so low that people are willing to, accept. If the next, for example, the next game is even half as good as Generations, people are going to sing its praises. They're going to be like, well, at least there's more level design, and the Sonic controls a little bit better, and there's more level design. Hey, it's not as bad as Forces. We should be praising Sega, because they learned their lesson. They're improving from Forces. Whereas y'all could say, why ain't this as good as Generations? We still ain't beyond generations. We should be going beyond generations.
There's something similar with Pokemon. Where, like,
yeah, no. Yes,
Game Freak makes like anything like remotely like competent, people would praise it even though like it's still like rushed garbage.
I have a good question to ask most IW Sonic fans. Any long-term fans, ask them this. Why have you not gotten writing that is definitively better than the games from 2001? From 1990 and 2001. What?
Do you have an answer to that, Moviesburg?
Well, he's not a long-term Sonic fan.
Probably looking at Simpsons. Wait, is he not a long-term Sonic fan?
No, he became a fan recently. The thing that made me realize that was actually the film. Because I realized the film was some guy's first time writing Sonic. I know it's not for everyone, but I think it's better than the comics. And once I realized this was some guy's first time writing Sonic, and I wouldn't say he knocked out of the park, but he actually did a pretty good job. And this thing too was Maekawa's first time writing Sonic and wrote an amazing story. And the thing is that I need IEW fans to seriously tell me if they think the comic has better writing than the games before. Okay, if it has better writing before 2010, does it have generally better writing than the games before 2010? And because I don't think most of them think that it does. So I have to ask, and I think again for the most part, it's just there ain't a lot of Sonic content. The franchise has next to no, there ain't a lot of Sonic content, and what is there is usually pretty bad.
Moviesburg is a bit of an interesting case because like I was under the assumption that the only reason someone would possibly like the comic was because it was Sonic the Hedgehog. But as I just learned,
he's a furry. He loves furry stuff. Just go on his Twitter sometime. You're all gonna find that he's a furry.
I think I follow him on Twitter, but I've never looked through it. Thank God.
Yeah, but he is most definitely a furry.
Okay.
I mean, it's okay. It's perfectly fine to be a furry, but I'm pointing out that at least some degree of his love is for. He loves Tango, and he probably finds the characters really cute. And he probably finds the characters really cute, and there's a good aesthetic there. I think it's for aesthetics that he likes the comic, and for his wife. But I don't think that he's admitted multiple times in this podcast that the writing isn't so great, which makes me think that it's a guilty pleasure for him at the very least.
So, Moviesburg, correct me if I'm wrong. This is like my conclusion to like what I'm learning. You like Sonic the Hedgehog, the comic by IDW, because of the anthropomorphic animals. That's your thing. That's how you got into the Sonic the Hedgehog series. Am I correct in that? Okay, he's gone. I find that really interesting because I feel like I thought like even furries like wouldn't like it because Sonic's like art style is really different from typical furry stuff. Moviesburg could just be like a special like exception. Special as in different, not retarded.
No, I'm not. The thing is that I'm not sure if here's the thing, if the comic did become, because here's the thing that is an important thing to know, that just to show you, the comic fans are excited. We're getting very dark, big, long stories. And now they're going to get, right after this very dark, big, long stories, they're about to get some very lighthearted, very short stories. Those are two polar opposites. So it makes me. So here's the thing. It makes me think that a lot of the fans who are praising it just want a Sonic comic that's good. If y'all put if y'all took
definitely. It's like the people that praise the newest Pokemon game. They just want something to like good to come out of the franchise that died a decade ago.
No, but the same point, the people. I'm gonna say something crazy here, but if in certain ways, if the IDW haters, in certain ways, got exactly what they want, it would actually be better for the comic. Because I think there are certain ways in which some of these IDW haters could actually just be given exactly what they want. Because the people who like it are probably going to stick around as fans. And the people who hate it will become fans. So actually, in this rare scenario, would actually be there are certain hater complaints that actually be beneficial to listen to the haters because they're the ones who. There's actually room to give the haters what they want. The problem, I think, with some of the haters. But I want to go into one more thing here before I go. And I want to bring up actually one of the biggest problems with Ian Flynn that I think I've been hinting at, but I think I need to make clear. He complains a lot about the mandates. He brings up all these problems. And you'll usually see in the thread people saying, well, you can write around the mandates and you can do this, that, and this. The real problem with Flynn's writing is he's not creative. The stories are often repeating stuff from other. I would implore you. I'm not saying that he hasn't written some stories that are interesting. And I'm not even saying that he's completely devoid of creativity. But as a long-term fan, what kind of stories he's written, what kind of really unique or out there takes or something that he's done that was not what y'all expected the norm to be. I'm sure you'll find some, but I'm willing to bet you're not going to find much in his 15-year career. And think about how much he's taken from other sources. He's using plot points. How much he gets easily stumped. The IW, the thing is that he's in his position. A lot of his problems with the mandates come simply from the fact that he is not creative to write around them.
It seems Ian Flynn is like liked a lot, or at least was, because of the simple fact that he isn't contenders.
No, that is it. I am not sure. Well, here's the thing. If you were to argue with an IW fan, you would probably get someone who would either get really upset with you because they don't want to, and if the people get really upset with you, either half of them probably do think that you're wasting your time talking with them, and the other half would be upset because they don't want to admit that Ian, some IW fans are probably upset they don't want to admit that someone they liked as a writer is just kind of produced this pretty awful story. Some of them probably are very upset right now that they kind of hit them back in the wrong horse. But some of them are going to be upset because they don't want to hear it, because they don't want to admit that they kind of had shit taste. Some of them will probably, some of them are going to tell you. I've seen this a lot. They will just tell you Flynn is not Pendas and Pontaf, and that is why he's good, because at least he's not. This is common, but yes, he's not terrible. So that makes him great. That makes him perfect for the games.
Pontaf he started with Sonic Colors, right?
Yeah, and he is quite it's two people actually. It's not one guy. Pontaf is shorthand for Ken Pontac and Willem Graff.
Right.
I like colors back in the day. I'll admit it really isn't much. I kind of feel a little bit bad that I thought it was so fun. It still had a really fun setting, and I kind of like that. But the other stuff is just.
Damn, you laughed. Did you laugh when Sonic called Eggman Baldi Negocio?
No, I didn't really laugh so much as I just found it I feel less laughing and more charming.
Chuckled.
I actually like the scene where Sonic goes and talks to the camera.
Let out a little nose exhale.
No, what I laughed at was the PA announcements.
Yeah, with Eggman.
Honestly, I know people are gonna reject my taste, but the first time I saw, I did find the scene funny, in a sort of ironic sense that they could not believe this was actually a joke, that they were going to sit and spend time doing this. But the scene where they made a big deal about Sonic, Tails making fun of Sonic for beating up a robot, and him talking with the beaten up robot, and it wasn't so much a really great joke as much as it was funny. It was ironically bad humor. It was kind of the kind of thing like well, are y'all serious? Y'all are going and y'all are going and saying like this is your joke. No, this was so. I will say that yes, I did like the idea. It was a very focused story. And the idea of Eggman just having an intergalactic theme park and that being the whole location was something I adored. I adored the rigid attention to sticking with one theme for all levels. To make a comparison, it's like Sunshine. I like that theme too. So it was nice to see a Sonic game that actually stuck with that aesthetic.
I like how actually made Eggman the final boss.
Oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong.
Immediately upstaged.
For the time, Colors was a game changer, and I think that it's the problem is Sega's trying to recreate Colors because Colors was not meant to be the big title of the year. It was meant to be.
Yeah, it was like the Wii game, the Wii exclusive.
Yeah.
The net got Secret Rings, got Black Knight. Okay, next Wii game, Colors, done. The thing is, like, I remember like Colors coming out, and I remember enjoying it a lot, but I was also really young. But like, I'm just like wondering if like Colors is praised, like playing it now, it's alright. But like, for it to be like the return to form, as people were like claiming it to be, how shit the series like state was at the time, because there was
what people were amazed was people, because you have to understand, people were like, okay, well, people never got a Sonic game that felt like Sega had listened to the fans. And people just want a Sonic game that was just only the daytime stages of Unleashed. So when you understand that was the biggest request, then here, let me tell you the truth. If we get a game that has 3D platforming and momentum and some decent level design, here's the thing: if we get a plot that is if you gave me enough time, I could actually create another color scenario. I could actually create another color scenario. But the most likely gameplay-wise, another color scenario would be return to the adventure form with actual momentum gameplay, or it's a boost game with multiple playable characters.
Adventure had like physics and stuff, but let's not pretend that it was
Oh, I'm still surprised. I'm still awake. What's it talking about
you can
now?
you can go if you're tired.
We had a question for you.
Podcast can and will continue.
You know what? I'll share my ideas tomorrow.
We had a question for
my
you.
Experiments tomorrow.
For Movisper, we want to know if we can guess why he likes the comic.
Yeah.
You already. I feel like because he's a furry.
No.
Is that right?
Do you wanna fuck Tingle, dude?
I just don't push it. I just.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna guess that you like IW because you like the aesthetics.
Was that a bit? Was that a bit much?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I think that he likes the characters a lot. He likes
that's fine.
He just really likes the Sonic
characters do stuff.
I think straight up, if the comic was set in the human world, I don't know how much Movisberg would want to keep reading it. I think he would start to notice the writing wasn't good. I'm not even joking. I'm sorry, but I do think that y'all.
It's kind of
you like.
It's kind of a Chad move, just like not caring, just wanting to see the cute girls do cute things, kind of based.
Well, that's what anime fans are. I mean, that's what people watch. That's why /MLP watches My Little Pony.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when they say they watch it for the plot, they don't actually mean the story.
Moviesburg, do you what series did you like before like getting introduced to Sonic the Hedgehog?
The SpongeBob.
Mm-hmm.
As of right now, Metal Runner.
I mean like more like multimedia stuff like Sonic. Like what did you like when you're before you found Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yeah, SpongeBob.
Okay, that was your thing.
I
SpongeBob is
think
your
I found
favorite.
about Sonic before Mario.
Okay, so SpongeBob was your favorite thing. Like you
Yeah.
owned all the SpongeBob merch.
I just really liked him.
Okay. Did you
Well,
like
that's
the
a pretty base opinion.
Did you like the movies? How is that? Southern hat.
I don't know. I don't know what y'all are talking about.
So sounds like you're like moving a table or something. Your mic's picking up all of it and all its like voice changing glory. Okay, Moviesburg. Were you or do you or did you like My Little Pony at one point?
No.
Okay. I I find that a little bit surprising because
It's
of like
actually not. Go on, but
because
you let me finish.
because of like what we've been going over. And plus, I know like I'm sorry if it comes off as like I'm just like trying to make assumptions about you, but you're not really giving me much to work with. You're not responding much.
It's no. Actually, I need to explore movie sport. Tango's not feminine enough. Or Tango's not feminine. He likes the butch chicks, which is why he likes Tango. The closest to a butch chick he's gonna get is like Rainbow Dash, and Rainbow Dash is actually more feminine than Tango.
Okay, that makes sense. That's fair. Follow-up question: why do you keep on posting pictures of like Neuro with like pink liquid?
Oh, those are just a bunch of silly edits.
Haha, funny. Is that like her hypno juice?
Corruption juice, yeah.
Interesting.
Y'all know that jellyfish are technically immortal.
How so?
They are.
There's something they can revert themselves back to like their like early stage in life form.
That's pretty
Just at
cool.
any time.
Did you know that male anglerfish, they just latch onto the female, just leeching off of it until like they just degenerate into testicles,
Ow!
and then
Ew.
the female is pretty much a hermaphrodite at that point, and then reproduces. Then cycle continues.
Yeah.
Is that that one fish where the female is giant and the male is like a little teeny?
Yeah, it's like the fish. Wait, I'll post a picture.
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
Yeah, it's a
It has
deep
like
sea,
the biggest.
so it looks really weird.
You know, I've seen jellyfish
Wait,
in a while before, but usually they're already beached, so it does look like weird bubble things in the sand.
okay, I found a good picture. This has nothing to do with anything. This, like, I'm gonna bring this up because that's like what you said reminded me of this. I think it's interesting to talk about. So yeah, those like little things hanging off the anglerfish. Those are males, and eventually, because they never have to do anything, just like chop the female. Eventually, they're just gonna like atrophy and like degenerate until they're just gonads. I don't know why I find this interesting and like really weird. Deep sea creatures are really.
You know, male seahorses get pregnant.
Yeah, I know that.
Ones.
Anything else about
Yeah.
But
why
I
that
think
is?
I'm trying to figure out what else I wanted to say that was in regards to. I don't know. It was just. I think that. Look, let me say my views are that to go back to the comics. I think the truth is, and I think this is why I get frustrated, is the absolute reality is Sonic can be almost even if you want to make look. Let's say you want to maintain a continuity because everyone wants to do that. You want to maintain world building, you want to maintain character development, and y'all want to maintain continuity. Even with all those things in place, now we set the stage. Sonic can still be fucking anything you want him to be. Y'all just, for the most part, which is what I wish that more people would just do. They're all and look, there's an important point to putting up the world, but they all want to build some sort of premise with their series around. When I think there's more value in just having stories where y'all plop the characters in the story and y'all do things with them, and that's it. Just come up with stories. There was a story. I had thought of another story where y'all know, just a simple story where Vanilla gets worried that Cream might be getting dangerous. She gets hurt, and Vanilla wants to become overprotective Cream and stop her from going on adventures. And enlist General to help her keep her stay in the house. Her mom would get in trouble, of course, at the end. Cream would save her, and her mom would realize she should trust her daughter more. I mean, it's a simple story. It only needs to be one issue long, but sometimes that's all you need for a story. I mean, what else? I had a similar story. Let me read it out to y'all if I can find it. I posted it earlier in the thread. Oh my.
Oh damn, podcast host! I see you getting hounded in the Discord for not banning the thing. Pretty unfortunate.
It's whatever. I don't really care.
Yeah, like if you're not even on the podcast, in my opinion, frankly, doesn't really.
Oh, Fire is still here.
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't drifted off yet.
If you're tired, you should head to bed.
Yeah, you don't have to stay for the whole thing.
Well, I gotta be honest, Moversburg. Someday you're gonna fall asleep on the podcast.
You already have.
Already have.
No, but what's gonna happen is that why was that something y'all would? The point is, I've seen videos of people griefing people who fall asleep in first-person shooters. The last thing I'm afraid with y'all bad luck, y'all are gonna have like, I don't even want to say it because I don't want to offend y'all. So I was gonna say, I'm afraid to say it because
you can't offend any of us.
Y'all are gonna be sleep talking and talking about how you're going on some exciting adventure with Tangle and SpongeBob. I really need to hear about how
I don't really think I talk in my sleep. I don't think.
We've had I think the point Southern Hat is trying to make is like go to fuck to sleep if you're tired.
Yeah, I feel like
Or
you're only hurting yourself.
Yeah,
or
like
do you
the
think we could
podcast
just...
can and will continue without you.
Yeah, and we can stop here as well. It's been 2 hours and 30 minutes, so
already.
I don't know.
I
It's
was
up
too
to you.
enriched in our conversation. I'm okay.
Yeah,
with
things got
talking.
pretty interesting after Mimic Fag and the AR
We've
left.
had Sunny fall asleep in the podcast. Like we didn't do anything.
I'm still wondering why they're. I find it weird because, again, it's weird because AR, up until this point, AR has kind of been one of the few people who just basically. I find it kind of surprising that she would get this upset because up till that point, she was just kind of someone who would laugh. Of all the artists and content creators, in general, what I've seen is that she was the person who would just generally laugh at shitposters' faces. It's part of the reason she has a bad reputation is that she kind of just would not she wouldn't leave and she just would not care to give to just she would not care to completely ignore those people either. So she would not would not completely ignore them, but she was generally someone who would just laugh in the shitposter's place. Well, she would make fun of them. She was making fun of him earlier in the thread, so I find it mighty weird that she got this. What? So I find it
talking
kind
about
of
the current thread that is up right now?
yeah. She was kind of I'm not sure. Well, she was kind of pointing out that well, maybe she wasn't. She wasn't really making fun of them, but she was basically just kind of just like I don't know, humoring them, whatever. She's had a habit of. I mean, there's one time she was recently going and trying to interview Mimic Fag and tell him about how he was like what you do. Like she basically just trying to start interviewing him as a joke. I knew that she has in the past basically taunted him on the whole dog fucker thing. So it's weird. I'm kind of surprised that
yeah, but
she
it's
would get
possible
so upset.
she
But
just like had a bad day or whatever. Like people's like tolerance isn't really like a static thing. It can change depending on.
Yeah, it's not solid. So
yeah,
people get a little more angry some days. Some people don't get angry other days. So
and McFag was especially annoying today.
yeah, and this one was a little, I guess,
that's
deserved.
probably it. No, well, I think. Well,
But it's fine either way.
I suspect what happens is that Mimic Fag was exceptionally looking out. For all I know, AL actually got underneath his skin, which is probably something I'd expect her to do, considering her history in this general. And he probably exceptionally was looking forward to tearing her down.
What has she done? Because like the only thing I've seen was that thing that Mimic keeps on posting in the thread, where she's asking like, "Oh, what are your goals in life?"
There's a history of her and her brother. Honestly, what they've done, it was a lot of shilling back in the day. But honestly, most of their problems are just like most of their legitimate problems happened like a long time ago. And a lot of it is just shit posting. Like if you really look at the thread, it's just people who don't like that they didn't run her out of the general. They were people who were looking to run her out of the general, and they're probably upset that of all the other content creators they've chased out, that she just refuses to leave. And I think they exceptionally just want to tear at her because she's been basically like she's like she just will refuse to leave the general. She just does not care, and she does not care if people make shit posted about her. And I think people are desperate to drive her away.
Yeah, the general really hates content. Not just fan.
But if y'all look at what she's doing, it's not really like they're just incredibly because she's been the general for a long time, and I think and she she'll respond or call out shit posters. So I think that as a result, that drives people more insane about her. That's why she gets so much attention because she both refuses to leave and she refuses to completely ignore them either. So people
taunt them.
So mm,
But yeah, they were very, very annoyed by me today. You could watch the VOD later when the host.
I'll watch the VOD because I have no idea what.
Just the recording.
Yeah, because I have no idea because I don't know what could have driven her insane. She really does not get her. I've seen her in like a bunch of threads, and she will just get shit posted like crazy.
Well, we were like, this was a few hours ago, and it's nearly 4 in the morning, so like I might be. Don't quite remember.
If you all want to go,
okay,
it's fine. If y'all want to go, it's fine. I'll watch the recording.
No, I'm still down to talk. I'm just saying my memory might not be like completely accurate, but as I remember it, I was like trying to talk about Sonic, so I brought up Summer Games Don't Quick, and and he brought up like transgender people and BLM, and that was like a political argument, and that was what made AR left.
Really, what is that?
Oh well, that would do it. She is definitely someone who is. She's definitely someone who likes to explore political topics and likes to explore political themes.
AAR?
And I could see her being. I could see her being really upset about that. Once y'all said that made total sense.
Like he definitely got under her skin, like saying that like he was like, cause I was like trying to talk about the Sonic games that were being run, and he's like, oh, doesn't GDQ ban people that are that wear like MAGA hats, and that kind of like, I don't want to say the word triggered, but that kind of like triggered like a response in AR. It's like, oh, because Trump supporters are racist or whatever, and that it just kind of went downhill from there.
Well, that's true.
Wait, why are we still talking politics in like 4 in the morning?
I wasn't. If you were listening to what was being said, you would know I wasn't.
Okay, now that I hear that, that was really okay. That was some pretty. That was kind of a low even for Mimic Fag. That was like, wow, he's not like, enjoying.
Yeah, they're talking about some like police or not police brutality, but something related to it. Like it got pretty dark, and AR was just really annoying. She left.
No, I understand that. That was some really. Oh wow. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm pretty sure that was By the way, before we go, she did post her ideas for what she'd want to do for a Sonic comic in the thread. Did y'all read that? What did y'all think of that?
We talked about it a bit. Yeah, before Mimic joined, we had a bit of conversation, but we talked about it for a bit. I said it doesn't really look like a Sonic character, but like when she explained the context that the character would be used for, like as like a one-off villain, like in that case I kind of like it, like the design. You know what I mean?
I mean, he really can't be that threatening. Or it's not Scraps. Yeah, Scraps really can't be that threatening because I mean, if you really look at him, he still wears a funky little hat. And that's something that, like, I mean, he still has the proportions of a Sonic character. But if y'all actually look at certain characters from Archie, let me pull up Conquer and Storm, the reboot design. In actual, at least from what we've seen in the comics, it may not be allowed. Maybe he would need redesigns in IW because they seem to be against certain designs. If you I need to go find the early design for Starlight because if y'all actually look at some of these things, you'll see that.
Wait, I think I saw that recently. Wasn't like Frankenstein or something?
Oh, well, I mean, I thought it reminded of Eagle, but yeah, I guess so.
Igor, yeah.
Let me see if I could.
Yeah, I like the design that she posted, Little Mothman.
Yeah, like if y'all look at something like
I
this,
like it.
If y'all look at something like this, we can find like if y'all look at something like this, it really isn't too far fetched to have a like once you look at something like this, and this is what they were posting, you really get to the point where you're like, oh, well, this isn't that different than this, or you know.
Yeah, in a way, she compared it to Mimic's design in a way, because
Mimic actually is a great comparison.
Yeah.
So it really isn't that far off from what a normal.
Because she said that like
adjusted.
villains tend to be more detailed, and like when put it that way, then like yeah, the design is pretty cool.
But it's a fun design. It was just very clear that, like, whatever. Anyway, I think I need to go get my shut eye. I might come here tomorrow, probably. I don't know what's gonna change, but man, that was really depressing. It was really depressing and
Depressing.
Well, depressing to see that we lost someone who could have provided a lot of interesting stuff on the podcast. And seeing Mimic Fag just kind of become really, really offensive. I'm not. I know he's going to come in here and say he's trolling, but being being overly offensive and being like, there's a point where it stops. I mean, I guess you could say it's always funny for him, but like, he's not a master troll at some point. He just comes off as a bigot. Well, if not, he's nothing better than any of the people. He claims he's trolling Paul, but if this is the way the boy's acting, he's not any different than Paul. He wants to claim he's better, but he just if what else y'all saying is true, he just went and acted like a Paul member tonight.
I don't
and that's
think
really
he cares about if he's like labeled a bigot.
I don't think he cares about anything. Anyway, I'm gonna go now.
Exactly.
Take care, y'all. Take care,
See
y'all.
ya. I think now's a good time to end. We had some good conversations.
Yeah.
About the comics and Sonic.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna head out. See y'all.
Yeah, I think now is a good time to end.